Greg Roberts here with Endurance OCR, talking about my path up to the Tough Mudder Infinity. It's coming up in August 27th. Just following my whole track along the way to see how I'm improving and what I'm doing that works, what doesn't work. And this week I am going to talk about nutrition. I feel like I've put this off for a little bit. It's something that I think everybody who's going to be going down any sort of long-term training program really needs to think about. But the reason I didn't want to necessarily talk about it so soon is that there are so many different types of nutrition plans out there. You've got keto, paleo, vegan, South Beach, pescatarian, low fat, low carb, everything in the middle. And there are so many different ways to go about it. And I'll just say this is that I think that almost all of these can probably work for anybody. And it really comes down to, are you following a plan? Is it a plan that you are using to achieve your goals? And is there essentially, as you're going through it, are you evaluating as you go? I'll say I am not a nutritionist. I am not a doctor. Obviously, with any sort of nutrition changes comes risk. With any sort of exercise comes risk. So don't take this as an expert opinion. This is simply what I'm doing along my way to the Tough Mudder Infinity. So I do have sort of two personal rules that I like to follow for any sort of nutrition plan that I follow. The first is it has to be sustainable long term. Anything that I do long term has to be something that I like. I like the food enough. I can feel satiated. I'm not feeling hungry all the time. There's going to be times where I feel a little bit hungry, no doubt. But I need to make sure that overall it's something that I'm on a day-to-day basis capable of doing for the long haul. The next thing is it has to help me achieve my goals. Currently, my goals are to finish a 10-hour Tough Mudder Infinity and get 50K along the way. It's a big goal. So I'm going to be following the nutrition plan that helps me get there. While I'm training, if I notice something's a little off, I may think, okay, did that come from my nutrition and do I need to adjust that? So again, just this is what I do to talk a little bit about what I'm currently doing is I'm following a 5-2 intermittent fasting plan where I have an 18 and 6 hour split. So that means 5 days a week I am intermittent fasting, 2 days a week I am not. And while I'm intermittent fasting, I am following 18 hours of fasting with a 6 hour feeding window. It's pretty straightforward. I am a little particular about certain steps along the way, though, that I really do think help me. Number one is how I break my fast. So Monday through Friday, after my midday workout, so usually around 1:30, give or take an hour, I'll break my fast. And all that means is I eat something or I consume something with calories. Those are the first calories that I'm consuming for the day. And for me, I use a pea and hemp protein blend. And then I also put my collagen in there. So a pea and hemp protein blend, I have that shake. And then about an hour later, I'll have what can only be described as probably the worst excuse for either a chicken salad or tuna salad. I usually just get the canned tuna or canned chicken, mix it up with a bunch of spicy mustard. Sometimes I add a hard-boiled egg and that's it. It tastes good, I enjoy it, and it's quick and easy. So there you go. But I do that Monday through Friday. After I get home from work, then I will have dinner. I may have a little bit of a snack, usually some trail mix. And then I have an apple cider vinegar drink at the end. It's kind of a lemonade apple cider vinegar drink. And that's all my calories I consume. At 7 o'clock, I'll have that drink and I'm done. And then, next day at 1:30-ish, I start it all back up again. It works really well for me. And then on the weekends, I will do the three traditional meals with a few snacks along the way. Saturdays are when I usually get my long runs in. And this is what I was talking about earlier when I mentioned that I want to make sure that my diet helps my goals, because I usually have a pretty high protein breakfast. On Sundays, I'll have, eggs, bacon, things like that. I did that on Saturdays for a while. I noticed on my long runs, I was really struggling right around the 6 to 8 mile mark. And it didn't feel like it was just needing to get in shape and getting my legs under me. it felt something more. So I started changing my diet and my nutrition beforehand, and now I'll wake up and I'll have a big bowl of oatmeal. I'll mix in some peanut butter and some honey, and then I'll wait about an hour or two after I eat, and that's when I do my long run. And that's really helped me maintain that along the way. And then on the weekends, I really do, like I said, eat the more traditional 3 meals with a few snacks in between. I don't count calories ever. If you go to enduranceocr.com, you can see on the nutrition tab, I put some sample days and I have estimated protein grams and estimated calories. Those are guesses at best because, like I said, I really don't count calories. Um, but that is, in a nutshell, my nutrition plan. Like I said, there are so many out there that you can follow that would work. It just turns into making sure that we're able to have everything and follow a plan and hold to it. So that is it. Again, Greg Roberts, Endurance OCR. Wanted to make a quick note. I didn't talk at all about any supplements that I take in this video. I do take some supplements that are pretty basic. I did talk a little bit about protein that I do take, and you could definitely consider apple cider vinegar a supplement. So there's that. But again, looking at what I'm taking, I do try and get most of the nutrition I can from food. So the amount of supplements I take, it's really not dramatic, and anything that I am taking, it is largely for inflammation. It is trying to help with my joints, things of that nature. So if you do want to see a bigger list or a more complete list of what I usually do eat, which does include my supplements, go to enduranceocr.com and go to the nutrition tab. You can get a little bit more information there.